My name's Davida Shinsky, and the title of this presentation of this program is Live Without Limits. Dreams come true with the right mindset. Now, I'm not a divorce coach, and I am not actually a relationship coach, but what I deal with is mental health and psychology and feelings and emotions. And today's program talks about divorce, but what it's really addressing is the emotional side of it and what happens when you feel lonely. So the title of this presentation is 9 Healthy Ways That You Can Navigate Loneliness After Divorce. If you've been through a divorce or separation and you're feeling lonely, know that you're not alone. Many people go through a period of loneliness after divorce, as the reality is that they've experienced a loss. Such a loss, along with various negative emotions, can cause people to isolate and contend with loneliness. To begin with, overcoming loneliness, consider the following. Now, what I want to say about that is often getting in with groups where you're with other people who are experiencing what you are really helps you to deal with something. And remember this, when you split in one relationship, don't go out and get married right away and look for someone else to replace that person. Even when you have a spouse that is just passed away, you shouldn't do anything because, well, for one thing, it takes 4 years to really get off of and come to terms with the issues that created the problems in that marriage to begin with. And if it's often been said that if you get married again within that 4 years, then you're only going to be repeating the same behaviors because you're going to be choosing someone that's exactly like your ex spouse. So the best thing is you need to get out, you need to do things, but you need to take your time to heal first. Because once you've healed and you understand why you made those mistakes, then it's going to be easy to be willing and more open to change in your next relationship and next marriage. So, the first thing to do is this 9 ways to help yourself after divorce. The first thing is find a supportive network of friends. As with any major life transition, going through a divorce gives you a chance to experience new things, including making new friends. Now that you don't have to cut ties with current friends, but you may want to reconfigure your social landscape in the way that adds value to your new life as a single person. Though it may feel challenging to reach out for help, doing so can help you get through the lonely times. Maybe there's a person that you can reach out to for divorce support or a support group. It's not always easy to tell someone that you're dealing with loneliness, but it can benefit you to do so. Most people understand and are more than willing to lend an ear and spend some time with you. There may be a divorce support group in your community that will offer some great support during this transition time. The second thing is to keep in touch with your children. When your children are with your other parent, keeping in touch with them by phone or video calls can help you feel more connected to them and less lonely. Being without your children while they are at your ex's is an adjustment. Having the whole house to yourself can feel quite lonely during these times that the children are not with you. Perhaps you can FaceTime them with your kids each evening to form a routine and feel more connected. Now you see just how technology can really benefit us because it can help us deal with feelings and emotions, especially if you're very close to the children and you want to keep that relationship going even when you're not with them. Three, oh wow, having problems with my fingers today, as you can see. So, three, family activities. If you've got children, being single doesn't mean you have to stop doing family activities in your community. Get your children together and take them to family outings. Check your local churches to see what activities are going on. Maybe one of them is having a community picnic or movie night. Also, check out Facebook events or meetup.com to see if there is a family group or activity that catches your eye. Getting out as a family will benefit you and your children, and all of you can have the opportunity to meet new people. Here's another thing to think about. If you go on Meetup and they don't have any groups for families where there's a divorce and you want to form one, you can do so. And it may be beneficial to you because you'll be helping other people in your same situation. Number four is volunteer. Volunteer to join certain groups based on your interest area. Giving your time to a great cause is a great way to reduce feelings of loneliness, and you'll be around other people and maybe even make a new friend or two. Five, get counseling. Consider attending a session of counseling to help you get through the transition time. Being able to share your feelings openly with a professional can help. They can also help you create a strategy for taking those feelings of loneliness. Six, be patient. You may very well be in a state of grieving, so give yourself some time to process and heal. Grief is a very real feeling that I that a lot of people don't really understand. And not only that, they don't associate it with a divorce. And what you're doing is it's still a loss of some kind. You may not have lost them physically, or rather, they're still around, but they're just not with you, which is very different when you lose someone when they pass away because there's no opportunity to talk to them again and to go back and hash out your problems and what happened and come to better terms with each other. But remember this, it's still a loss of some kind. So taking time to heal your emotions before heading out there onto the social scene is healthy. As much as you want to create the new social life, be patient as you work through negative emotions on your own or with a counselor. Know that reclaiming your social life will come in due time. Invite friends over. Perhaps you can regularly have a friend or friends over to your home. Whether you cook dinner, have tea, or just sit and visit, engaging with friends can help reduce loneliness. Your friends may not realize that you're feeling lonely, so they may not reach out. You must reach out to them and let them know that you're in need of some support. Surely they'll understand and give you some valuable time. Practice self care. Feeling lonely can be rough. If you're not careful, you can find yourself rejecting self care, depressed, and binge watching Netflix right after night after night. While watching a good show can be entertaining, self care is necessary for optimal emotional and physical health. Make it your aim to take care of yourself, your mind, body, and soul. Get enough rest. Eat healthy foods. Feed your soul inspirational things and enjoy some quiet time regularly. Try new things. While you're navigating your social life changes, be sure to try new things and explore new ideas. What are some things that you've wanted to do for a while? Maybe there's the class at the local college that you've been wanting to sign up for. Or perhaps you've wanted to travel to that exotic location. You'd be surprised at how your social life opens when you get out and experience new things. So be open to new possibilities. Navigating social life changes amidst divorce may not always be easy, but the process can be enjoyable. Give yourself a bit of time to grieve the divorce, but then embrace your new life with optimism as you open to new possibilities and friendships. You'll feel more empowered to create a social circle that helps you feel supported and loved. If you find that you can't put yourself out of this feeling of loneliness, reach out for help from professionals or support groups. While feeling lonely sometimes is quite normal, feeling psychologically loneliness that causes severe emotional strain ought to be addressed professionally. Life after divorce is a transition, and you don't have to do it alone. And remember this, the last thing that I'm going to say is that even if you don't end up divorced, that often couples stay together simply for the children. And then what happens is once the children are grown and gone off to college and gone off on their own, where they're living separate lives, then that loneliness also comes into as a factor. And unless you have a really great relationship, that's another thing that can cause divorce. And not only can that cause divorce, but it intensifies that loneliness tenfold. So remember, the best thing that you can do is work on your mindset. And by working on your mindset, then you're working on changing things and beginning to think more positively about your life and your life goals and what you want, and take the time to get out and interact with other people.